Welcome to the COD show. COD show, COD show, yeah. Welcome to the COD show, player.
Yes. Hey, welcome back to the COD show podcast. I'm the host of the COD show podcast. Your guy Diddy Onasis, aka Onasis. Kill him. That's right, Onasis. Kill him. We're here. We're back with another episode of the COD show podcast. Some of y'all out there call it the COD show, but it's all good. You know, it's tomato. It's all good to me. But we're back. COD boy Onasis is back. As you guys already know, this is the eve of the beta. I think when you guys see this video, it's gonna be the eve of the beta. That's right, the Modern Warfare beta. Okay, it's here. It's upon us. There's no telling what's gonna happen though, but you know, because these studios keep a couple tricks up their sleeve with these betas and these alphas and these pre-releases or these special events. So sometimes they hit us with it a little bit early. But without further ado, I want to let you guys know that we have two special guests in the building. That's right, two very special guests, two legends in the building. I appreciate these two player partners coming through and giving us the game about the game on the COD show podcast. All right, it warms my cold hard heart that these guys have taken the time out to come through and talk to us on this small platform. But we big dogs out here in the community, man. Salute to all of the friends of the show, all of the friends of the COD show podcast, man. Salute to y'all, man. What's up, Michael Bernard? What happening? Yeah. But without further ado, I'm in here yapping and blah blah. And on, you know. Without further ado, we have two developers here to chop up game, talk about the game with us tonight. Okay? Let's introduce them. Studio narrative director Taylor. I'm gonna chop your last name up. I'm sorry, Taylor. Okay? He's worked on games that we know and love, like Infinity Ward. He comes from I think the other studio he worked with was man, good lord, naughty something out or whatever. My bad. Let me Google it. I'm a Googler. I gotta be a Googler. Gotta Google it. That's my man's joint. I had it on the tip of my tongue, son. Pause. Uncharted and The Last of Us. Okay, Naughty Dog Studio. I had it on the tip of my tongue. My bad, Taylor. No disrespect. Okay. And his man, his homie, his 2v2 partner, okay? Multiplayer design director, Joey Coquette. Joey. He has worked on legendary games such as MW3, Ghost, and Infinite Warfare, okay? The multiplayer design director, Joey Coquette. Man, salute to you, man. One big ass round of applause to you, big player, big pimpin'. Okay. Oh man. But welcome, you guys. Welcome to the show, the COD show podcast. I'm sorry about that choppy introduction. All right. It's not my fault. I'm nervous. We have legends in the building. All right. Damn. So let's get straight into it, big pimps. Let's get into it. So players, welcome to the COD show podcast. First question. How has it been working on such a legendary franchise, or should I say a continuation of a legendary franchise such as Modern Warfare? Okay, with titles like Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, legendary titles, fan favorites, and Infinite Warfare. Okay, maybe it wasn't such a favorite, but anyway, still prestigious in my book. Looking back on it, how has it been developing this new title, Modern Warfare?
It's going really well. It's been quite a roller coaster lately with the reveal, the alpha, the beta, and Taylor locking SP.
Yeah, it's actually gone really smoothly. You know, game development is sort of a slow motion train wreck most of the time, and this has been a very, very controlled slow motion train wreck.
Well, I guess that's the best you can ask for.
Career, so.
Yeah, premeditated.
Okay. What do you mean premeditated train wreck? Do you care to elaborate? You know, Put us up on game, man. All right.
That's a good question.
I mean, for this one, I think the big process was what sort of branch of the Call of Duty tree did we want to make a game in? And for us, it was really early. It was while we were still finishing Infinite Warfare that we kind of started talking about, well, maybe the time is right to bring Modern Warfare back. And so for us, I think it was really exciting for a lot of guys, not for me, but for Joe and these guys, it was kind of like going home again. And for me, it was getting to work on a sub franchise that I've loved for years and years.
Yeah, and just there was almost no question, right? So with this project, we just started, we just went. You know, there wasn't as much prototyping in this direction that we choose, and so that really helped us on this project.
So, fellas, does this release come with any type of pressure? You know, the last few years, the COD community has been in search of a game that everyone can love, that everyone can sink their teeth into. Okay, does this game or this release take the pressure off you guys, or is there added pressure? Let me know. What's up?
I wouldn't call it nervous. I would call it that we felt a sense of responsibility. Anytime you get the opportunity to work on something as beloved as Modern Warfare, you feel it's an honor, honestly. It's you know, I've been in the industry for a really long time, and the one thing that I believe very firmly is that you can't count on your opportunities, that we are all very lucky to be working in this incredibly amazing industry, and things can be unpredictable, and you never know, what you're going to get to work on, have the opportunity to work on. And so for me, this is the opportunity of my career, to be able to take a thing that people love as much as Modern Warfare and love as much as those characters, and kind of add to that rich kind of catalog is just awesome.
So let's switch gears real quick. I have a few friends of the show, the COD Show podcast, real life active duty members of the armed forces. That's the military, the Marines, okay? Their names are Blu-ray Sip, my guy, Mr. Ignorant, and it's a few others. I'm sorry if I didn't name you. Still my guys, all right? My bad. But I just have a questions. Being that I have guys that I rock with, we game together relentlessly. We have a bond, okay? They have shared with me combat stories, real combat stories off air. I'll never give up the game about what they told me. But I just want to know, how hands-on were ex or retired members of the military involved with this game? Did they really have a really active role in the development of this game?
I think Joe and I can both speak to this. Our tier 1 operators, our consultants, are integral to everything that we do here. We want to make a thing that rings true for them, that doesn't devalue their own experiences of being in the field. And that partnership has led to not only narrative discoveries about themes, and those themes would be something like, if I am an operator that works in the military today, the sort of the dilemma that I face is having to operate perfectly in imperfect situations with imperfect intel. And that is the burden that these guys carry. And they've said this to us time and time again. I asked some of our SEALs one day, I said, so you just look at guys that have guns. If someone has a gun, then you know they're a bad guy. And they're like, no, not over there, man. Everybody has guns. That has nothing to do with whether you're a bad guy or a good guy. It's much more subtle than that. It's about, is someone lingering? Is someone on a cell phone? Is someone trying to take a high position near you? Those sort of actions of hostile intent. That's what we have to try to read. And what we ended up doing in the game is taking those concepts and making gameplay out of it.
Yeah. We did a bunch of that. I mean, they affect everything, not just our narrative, but like our feel, our characters' personalities, body movements, how they move through a space, how our AI move. Big on how our weapons feel, how you control a weapon, how you operate a weapon, the difference between someone who knows how to do it and doesn't know how to do it. And we built this whole game on kind of this mantra of authentic, gritty fun, and they bring in the authenticity. And that's one of the things that made the early Modern Warfare feel so good is they were these fun, really, really fun games that had this layer of authenticity that you could relate to. And we're really, I think, hitting our stride on that, and the Steels have helped us with that a ton.
Okay. Salute to the members of the armed forces. It's dope to hear that you guys had real experts from the field involved with the development of this game. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to the armed forces. Round of applause to them. Yes. Next question, man. This is something that really concerns a lot of hardcore multiplayer wig splitters. Will map design encourage or cater to corner campers? I've been hearing a lot of critique of, from my peers that were hands-on with the game in some of these events, and they said there's a lot of room for corner camping, fam. Can you give us the game about that? Give us the game about this potential corner camper hazards. We'll call them hazards, man.
In this game, you better check your corners or you're going to get lit up.
Stay frosty.
Yeah, stay frosty.
Damn it, man. Damn corner campers. Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth. I won't critique you guys. I respect y'all too much. I'm just looking forward to getting my hands on the game. So, damn. Salute the Merciless Badass, bro. I'm expecting to see a lot of potential moments for corner campers exposed, and that's good for business. That's good for you. All right. You know what time it is. All right. This is something that I wanted to know. Battle Royale. Being that BO4 blew the roof off the hinges with this really, really dope concept of the Battle Royale mode called Blackout. Blackout is the best thing about BO4. Can we expect a Battle Royale mode with this game?
Our answer to this is we love Battle Royale, but right now, our big new thing is Ground War, right?
Campaign,
players,
multiplayer, Spec Ops.
And multiplayer has 2v2, Ground War, core multiplayer.
It won't fit in the box.
Yeah.
How much do you want?
Come on, Big Timer. We want it all, dog. We want it all. We want it all. We want multiplayer. We want campaign. We want Battle Royale. We want zombies. We want survival mode, or what you call Spec Ops. We want hardcore. We want it all, Big Pimpin'. You know this already, man. Quit playing with me, dog. COD Show Podcast. Onasis, man. All right, so for players like myself that like to take it to the max and shit on the ops, what kill streaks will be available during the beta?
Everything will be visible. Maybe 2 will be missing. You'll be able to see them all, but they won't be all available for use.
Hardcore mode. I'm seeing that you've canceled Christmas on hardcore and are introducing something new called realism mode. Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that question. Did you guys get rid of hardcore mode and replace it with some shit called realism mode? Realism. Okay? What's up?
There is a lot to digest there. We still support hardcore. We're still figuring out exactly how all of that stuff rolls out. We have a cool new way that I think we'll have on in the beta for how you'll be able to choose what modes you're playing and whether or not they'll be in hardcore or not. But something we're trying to figure out. You guys have seen realism mode. Mm-hmm. We've shown that at a couple events now, and we're figuring out where those two line up. Like, honestly, there's things that they share. Hardcore has a reduced HUD and a different health signature of 30 life, where realism mode has almost no HUD at all and no hit markers, but has the same health but headshot damage increase. So we play with both. We try them. We try them across all of our modes. but we haven't landed exactly where that's going to be. I mean, it could be that hardcore is the standard mode and realism is this eventized thing that we're turning on occasionally.
Dope. So you haven't completely gotten rid of hardcore. That's round of applause for that. That's what I wanted to hear. Man, you know what? I really enjoyed the alpha. What will be different about 2v2 during launch? Anything special added?
We've talked about the tournament system for the gunfight mode, and we're still working on that, testing that internally, and that's another kind of mutator on the gunfight where you go in, and I think there's 16 teams, so 32 players, all fighting to be the best. And we've had some really fun, really sweaty matches with that stuff. So we will be updating the game very often. Right after,
more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to, more than ever, more than we've ever done before. But I can't say every Tuesday this happens. Like, we haven't rolled out that schedule yet.
The 2v2 tournaments would be sick. I had a lot of fun with that. Salute to my guy, Mr. Aiden. We really, really ran the table that last day of the alpha. Looking forward to having some fun with that. I'm pretty sure a lot of players going to be down with those tournaments. 2v2. Blu-ray Sip, what up? You dig? Team Clutch. Excel. Yes, sir. Excel Clan. All right, guns, weapons. Okay, what can we expect post-launch? What can we expect for the new weapon-ish releases? Okay, we need to know that before we purchase this game, man. What's up?
We definitely will add weapons post-launch. We have the new gunsmith system, right? And weapons have 30 to 60 attachments on them. It's pretty crazy, and players just get lost in there, just making cool versions of weapons. And we want to keep that going. And when we think about like what guns we want to add to the game post-launch, the first question we ask is like, can we gunsmith them? Like, how much cool stuff can we make out of this weapon before we even decide to put it in there?
All right, I gotta be frank. UB Joe and UB Taylor, I heard you guys put Last Stand in the game. What was y'all thinking?
Like, we had a variant of Last Stand in the game at one point for a field upgrade that let you if you went down, people could pick you up, or if your field upgrade was ready, you could pop it and heal yourself and get yourself back up, and that took time. And we ended up cutting that, but we took that feature of Last Stand and the polish that we did for that, and we brought it as a custom game mode option. So we can do a cool thing where we run like gunfight with Last Stand on, so you can pick up your teammates and have a little bit more back and forth in that mode.
Okay, so you didn't put that shit in the game. It's not a regular perk in the game. Okay, all right. Sorry about that, bro. I didn't mean to curse you, bro. Sorry about that, fam. Let's move on. Black Ops 4. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta mention this. So Black Ops 4 gave us several huge noob crutches to lean on. It gave the noobs crutches to lean on. When I say crutches, I mean bullshit like OP specialist abilities, bulletproof dogs, Zero, a laser shock your tricycle, Zero, bulletproof dogs, barricades, tripwire. I can go on and on and on. A free machine gun. How do you plan on ruining the game for us veteran players? Do you have anything game changing and game ruining like those retarded OP specialist abilities?
We want to get new players in the game, and we want them to kind of like, we don't want them to just get punched in the mouth over and over again until they leave. We want a healthy ecosystem. We want a lot of players in and having fun, and that's a big focus for us. It's a big focus for us in weapon design. It's a big focus for us in level design. Our weapons are a bit more lethal than they were in the Black Ops, the recent more Black Ops, and that helps a lower skilled player get a kill when they otherwise wouldn't, have some success, and then feel like now there's a desire to get better and to get another kill. Our maps are a little bit more porous, and we want those players to have a safe place to take their time, to learn how to turn and move and then shoot, put those pieces together, and then they see someone and be like, oh, okay, now I can do this. So,
fellas, I understand that you're trying to attract everyone to the game. But one of the things that gave me great joy and Black Ops 4 and Call of Duty in general is taking big shits, big dumps on noobs. Okay? If you take that away from us, if you take that away from us, it's going to make the game unfun for us or for me. I don't want to sweat every game.
That's not the plan, right? But we want to make sure that we don't want someone who's, how to say this, lower skill to have a bad experience. We want someone who's higher skill to have a bad experience. And so we have to make choices in how we matchmake for that. And that's something that we put more focus on this game than we have in other games. Because I think when you're at the extremes where hardcore players are just playing against other hardcore players, it's a little bit too sweaty and they're not having fun. And if you're lower skill players or even you're just new players who just haven't had the chance to get better because Call of Duty has been a thing for so many years and players have gotten so good at it, if they're just getting beat up and knocked out instantly, then your community never gets to grow, never gets to expand, never gets to improve, and it eats itself. So, yeah, it's a focus for us.
All right, one of the last questions. How goofed out or how goofy or how loony-toony do you guys plan to go with the customizations? All right. Can we expect a whole bunch of goofy stuff that we saw in Black Ops 3 and, Lord forbid, Black Ops 4? Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. So it's interesting. It's a big focus of ours to make sure that our game is tonally consistent. Yet we want to have really cool content for users. So one of the approaches I heard the weapon artists talking about, and Joel included with this, is they look at kind of like real world examples of how someone might customize their weapon. And some people do kind of like off the wall stuff. They don't necessarily put airplane wings or things like that on their gun, but they might paint the weapon in like a purple color, but the materials have to look real and it has to look gritty and it has to look worn and used and that sort of thing. And so I think in general, our content that we create is always going to be tonally correct, but we'll have a couple little outlier things that like, hey, this is realistic. This is something someone would, could, or even did do.
So let's talk about mini transactions. Can we expect crates, supply drops, loot, whatever you want to call it, et cetera, et cetera? Can we expect that in this game in systems similar to Infinite Warfare or Black Ops 4 or World War II?
We can't really comment on MTX or the systems for that. Like right now, it's all beta, and then launch the game. All I can say is that we're pushing really hard to create a player first or player forward system. It's something that's really important to us on the development side. We want when we release new content for players to get access to that content and have fun with it. And so it's a huge focus for us. We want players enjoying our game, having fun in our game. We've also made a kind of big push for things like camos. Camos in our game are meant to be status symbols. So outside of a couple of promotional things, those like camos are, you get them by playing with the weapon, doing challenges with the weapon, and then when you see someone who has that badass camo, like that person put in some work. So that's how we're looking at the system.
Let's talk crossplay. PC, PS4, and Xbox. My bad. Damn. PC, Xbox, and PlayStation all meshed together. What about the Wii? All right. Never mind. Whatever. What can we expect with crossplay?
It's something where when we look at, players coming in and having a good experience in our game, if you're a controller type player and you want to play with your friends on PC or you're on PC, but that's your way to play, we want you to have success, and it's different. A mouse has the advantage of kind of direct input. You can get really good. There's a skill ceiling that you can reach with a mouse that's really, really, really high. And with a controller, you need a little bit of help. Playing a controller without any aim assist is pretty poor and extremely difficult and somewhat unfair to someone on a mouse. So I think it's kind of striking that balance. With crossplay, we're doing peripheral matchmaking for sure at launch. I know in the alpha and the beta, we're trying things. We want to collect stats and see how, different control schemes are working, playing against each other. But at launch, we're going to let you say what you want to match against. So if you're a PC player and you're just like the worst thing in the world for you to play against someone with a gamepad with aim assist, we'll let you turn that off.
All right. Is it cheating or is it evolution? That's a topic that I always bring up on my show, and I like to ask players or guests on the show what they think about it, which is peripheral devices, which can kind of mask you not using a controller on the console. So just like Infinite Warfare, the guys that were out there running, the guys and girls that were out there running the Zim X, I can't remember the name of the Cronus Max, or even the manipulation with the Wii controller, all of that gave these guys a crazy advantage. Is there a way to prevent that and to protect your controller or your hardcore controller players in this new Modern Warfare game and with crossplay? Because that was a huge problem in Infinite Warfare.
I mean, that's something we've looked at that. I don't have an answer for that exactly, but I know that's on. I've brought that up with engineering, and we've talked about it. And in this crossplay world, that's something you have to deal with. So we're looking at that. Okay,
I mean, that's not the answer. I'm not completely satisfied with that answer, but bruh, salute to you two gentlemen, Joe and Taylor. I call you Jacob, but Joe and Taylor, salute to you guys for stopping through the COD Show podcast, chopping up game, giving up the game about the game, which your guy Didio Onasis, the host of the COD Show podcast. Man, I really do appreciate it. You gave us some insight. All hope is not lost. I'm still really, really, really looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to the beta to drop this week or this weekend. For some, I have the early access because your boy pre-ordered. And but anyway. And I appreciate y'all. Infinite Warfare, not Infinite Warfare. Salute to y'all. Big salutes, big shouts out. Man, it was another dope episode, man. These guys really, really, really gave us the game about the game, and I really, really do appreciate that. But I'm not gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna close it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna close it out. This has been your guy Didio Onasis, aka Onasis Kill 'em, the host of the COD Show podcast. Two dope guys, two class acts. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. But I'm gonna close it out. And as always, live life, show love, and be great. Always keep the kill feed lit. It's been your guy Didio Onasis, aka Onasis. Kill 'em. Peace, 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 peace.